Hey gang, today we're going to go over that adaptation of a very Hendrixy Andy Timmons lick that I found off of 30 Electric Expressions on TrueFire. I've linked that course down below if you want to check it out. I highly recommend it. Andy Timmons is a very clear thinker about the guitar, and he's a very original player too. So you'll get lots and lots of ideas that you can use. Like kind of what I did there. I took his original lick, adapted, put in some call and response, and now you've got more of a complete line. Anyway, we're going to go over that whole thing in just a second. Hey, if you like this video, why don't you give it the like button? And if you haven't yet subscribed, let's go to the close-up and the detailed lesson in just a second. All right, gang. Well, let's go over this in some detail. First things first, you can get the tab by clicking on the link in the description below. Might make your life a little bit easier. Also, I want to remind you that the link to the Andy Timmons 30 Electric Expressions You Must Know is also there. I highly recommend it. A few other links to my equipment and courses and such. But the two main ones are the tab and the Andy Timmons lick. Or link, I should say. All right, well, this lick is over basically a progression that's A minor to F. All right, so it's A minor to F. That fits nicely into the key of A minor, which we're going to play primarily in this 12th position. You can also think of it as the notes of C major if you're so inclined. All right, let's go over this now. The main lick, and this is the one to get down, is this. Okay, so what makes it so Hendrixy and what makes it so Andy Timmons? Well, the beginning part, I think, is what makes it Hendrixy. That wail part right here. That's a typical sort of Hendrix string grabber lick. And what I'm doing there is I'm raking with my right hand, playing on the first string 15th. And what we're going to do is we're going to bend that up a whole step. And as we do, we're going to grab the second string on the 15th as well, and then play that and bring it down. So it's kind of like this. I won't do the rake, but I'll do the grab. Hendrix uses this all the time. Another famous place where it is Joe Walsh's solo on Hotel California. On his portion, he does that. Okay, so that's it's not that easy to get down, so do practice it. Take your time with that. Now what I'm doing is I'm raking, and to do that, you have to use your palm. Some people even do mute the strings with their thumb as well. I'm not good at that, so I don't do it. I focus on my right hand and do that rake. So I'm going to come down to this note right here, which is a C on the B string 13th. Okay, and then we're going to do this. So this is pulling up a whole step on the 15th B string and playing the 12th on the E string and back to the 13th on the B string. So far we've got. Okay, then this. So that one is a bend on the B string, 12th, a half step, and then we're going to come down, sort of a minor pentatonic sort of thing. Now that slide there is a really important technique, and Andy Timmons, among others, uses that a lot. So, okay, so the last part is definitely pure Andy Timmons. So what we're going to do is we're going to do on the D string, we're going to play from the 10th to the 12th and slide up. And then slide back down. Now, I don't know if it's super important to do it with your first finger. You could do it with your third, I guess. But it is very Andy Timmons to do that slide there on the same string. He does that a heck of a lot. We're going to end up at the A right there. And then the end part is just to play this. Now you can either pick that or not, but you're sliding up on the A string 10, 12, and then hammering onto the 15th and pulling off to that 12, and that's the end note, which is an A. It's a very strong note. So that whole end, let's play it nice and slowly. Giving it some nice vibrato at the end as well. Now, I do want to point out that this is definitely sort of an Andy Timmons style to slide on the same string. You or I might play, in fact, I know I would play that, but it's different. There's a different sound to that and to this. It's just a different sound. It's more flowing, perhaps, to do it all on one string. Anyway, that's what Andy Timmons does. That's the first lick. And that's the one that you need to get down. Everything else is built off of that. The second lick is this. Okay, so it's the same up to that ending point. So this part is the same. That's all the same. And then I'm just playing some same strings, trying to stay in the mood of Andy Timmons here. A slide up and down on the same string. On the G string, 10 to 12, back to 10. And then on the D string, 12 to 14 and back. All right, so that's the second line. The third line is exactly the same as the first. Okay, and the last one we're going to put in a little bit of, oh, I don't know, shredding at the very end. It's just a tiny bit. So it starts out again the same. That's all the same, and then we're going to play. Okay, so this is on the third string. We're going to play 10 to the 12. We're doing 3 notes per string on all this. So we'll play 10 to 12. We'll hammer on and come down to the 14th on the D string. And then we're going to simply play 3 notes per string major scale. And then bend up on that G to the A. That's the first string 15th. And give it some nice vibrato. That's it. Okay, gang, well, there you go. Hopefully that was pretty short and sweet, and you got some nice ideas out of it. Some nice, cool Hendrixy and Andy Timmons ideas out of it that you can use, and you can come up with your own licks as well. All right, until next time, we'll see you on down the road.